This is T-Rex, my 2024 Meeker Mustang Makeover horse, and a few people have asked me how I taught him to load. I'm going to show a few different horses in different stages of their training. This first guy is Poe. He lunges really well, but obviously doesn't want to load. We're going to start by lunging. Either direction, both directions, doesn't really matter. Just keep their feet moving. Now I'm going to ask him to stop and go into the trailer. You see, he kind of thought about it, and then he was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I ask again, given another opportunity to go in the trailer. He still says no, so we're going to head right back into lunging. I'm not going to make a big deal of it, just keep him moving. Obviously, we lunged a lot longer than 10 seconds, but I don't want to put a bunch of boring stuff in here. Here I am asking him again. He thinks about it, but he's like, no. So I'm going to ask him again. This time he did go in the trailer, but then he immediately turned around, which obviously that's not safe. So we went back to lunging. A couple more minutes of lunging, and then he hopped right in. We did call it a day after this. It took about 15 minutes, which wasn't so bad. The very first session we did was about 45 minutes. So 15 minutes for a second session was not terrible. He loaded twice pretty nicely, so we called it a day. After we put Poe away, we switched to Riggs here. Unlike Poe, this horse does load in the trailer really well if you walk in first. He doesn't lunge very well, as you can see. But this is his first experience being asked to self-load, and you can kind of see he's kind of like, what the heck are you asking me to do, lady? We kind of end up off camera, but we lunge over there for a minute, and then we come back to the trailer just to really get his brain working again. You can see this is, besides that very first time you just saw, this is the second time I'm going to ask him to self-load. He's kind of unsure of what I'm asking, but he's thinking about it. Let me see, he's like, what? But he is thinking about doing something, so I go ahead and let off pressure for a second just to be like, yes, that's what I want. And then I keep asking. And I feel like when you're closer than this, you can kind of see his little face go, oh, that's what you want. And then he walked right in, which was pretty great. It took about 5 minutes to get him in. And then here we have Monarch. He already knows how to self-load, obviously. I just tell him to load up, which is the cue I used for Rex to load up from further distances. And we would just start loading up further and further away.